Good morning and happy Monday, and welcome to another week of product demos on Connect 2021. Hope you had a fantastic weekend enjoying that beautiful sunshine. Now this week we're focusing on health and safety, and first up today we are joined by Gentex, who provide reliable, high quality respiratory protection systems for the industrial workforce in light to heavy duty environments across the globe. Today we'll be hearing about PureFlo, which was acquired by Gentex Corporation in 2014 to join their line of industrial safety solutions. PureFlo manufactures leading-edge head-mounted PAPRs that deliver respiratory, head, eye and face protection in one unit, improving all-round safety and, of course, workforce productivity. Designed with a commitment to use safety, innovation and ease of use, they say their PAPRs are the new standard industrial protection. After the presentation, I'll be joined by Gary Story from Gentex, who'll be talking to me answering all your questions. So feel free to put them in the Q&A box at the top right-hand corner and enjoy the session.
Hello, my name is Gary Story and I'm from Gentex Corporation. Today I'd like to introduce you to the PureFlo brand of powered air purifying respirators from the Industrial Safety Division at Gentex. Since the 1970s, PureFlo have been designing and manufacturing reliable, high-quality respiratory protection systems for the industrial workforce working in hazardous environments across the globe. Our PAPRs are unique in that they provide integrated respiratory, head, eye and face protection all in one unit, a new standard in industrial protection. The PureFloor brand has a wide range of respirators. We have a half mask and full face mask, both negative pressure respirators obviously, with a wide range of filters. We have an entry-level Pure Light Extreme, which is used a lot in woodworking. We also have a mid-range, which is the PureFloor 3000, used in construction, and from here you can see it in welding. And then also we have the ESM Plus, which has uses in steel and smelting and can be used in quite hazardous industries. One of the major benefits of the PureFloor PAPRs is that they are a head-mounted solution. This means there's no waist-mounted system, nothing to hinder any of the PPE or anything else you may be wearing. Everything is in the head. There's no chance of snagging or catching on any other equipment as you may be working. I'd like today to talk about the PureFloor 3000, which is our unique and our next generation product. As you can see, hard, full eye and face, respiratory in one system. Very straightforward. You pick it up, take it out of the box, turn it on, put the system on your head, and you can start to work. You can see I don't have any of the problems of tying anything around my waist. If I'm wearing a tool belt, I don't have an issue with that. If I'm having to crawl into some tight spaces, I don't have an issue with that also. The unit has full eye and face, grade 1 impact protection, EN166, full head protection, EN397, and also full respiratory protection. We have a P3 HEPA filter with an assigned protection factor of 40, so the highest you can get in Europe. Very quick and easy to change the filter. This is the filter in the back here. Filter comes in the cover. Take it out, this is it. You can replace it very simply, very easily. Back in the unit, and you're ready to go. We have a 4-hour battery on the side. The system comes with 2 batteries, so actually give you 8 hours. Very quick, easy to take out, put back in, and to recharge. Fully adjustable head cradle with adjustability at the back. Very comfortable face seal as well. And inside we have an LED which will show you whether it's the unit's working correctly or not. Switch the unit on. The LED will show green. If it goes red, then you know you have to come out of the area, look at the filter, change the filter or change the battery. So it's monitoring the airflow constantly, everything that you do. So following on from the hard hat with the grinding visor on the front and the full face protection there, we can move to the same powered respirator. Apart from it has a welding visor on the front. The welding visor also has an ADF lens in, so an automatic darkening filter. It also has the ability to switch to grinding mode. So this is very important when you are welding, you want to go to grind, you have an ADF lens in the front, you don't want it to go dark. You press the grinding button, it tells you inside the helmet that the little yellow light flashes that it's in grinding mode, so you can grind quite easily and still have full head, eye, face and respiratory protection with the one system. The ADF lens is adjustable on the side, so 9 to 13, and it is a true colour welding lens. The welding respirator is exactly the same as the hard hat, as the Purefloor 3000, in that it gives you all the same flexibility and the same advantages as you would expect from this one. The same again, a P3 filter in the back, P3 HEPA filter. We can also put in here a odour pre-filter, which would help in all welding applications. So we cover pre-filters, both odour and standard pre-filters for both applications. The Purefloor 3000 also comes with some accessories, and we have a pair of ear defenders also. They have an SNR of 29. Very simple to fit, located in the slots on the side. This then gives the respirator another dimension. So you have not just head, eye, face and respiratory protection, but you also have hearing protection as well. So no need to go and find hearing protectors, safety spectacles and a respirator if you're going out in the field and you're going to do on site and you need all your safety equipment with you. One unit in the bag and you have everything with you. Simply don the unit, and you're ready to start work. Moving on from the Purefloor 3000, I would like to talk now about the ESM Plus. The ESM Plus was our original powered respirator. It's been used for many years with fantastic success. It has intrinsic safety capability, can either come in a hard hat or a bump cap variant. Different filters we can put on the back also for different applications. It has, again, a similar sort of LED warning alarm, so it has an LED inside. It also has an audible alarm as well to tell you if the filters need to be changed or the battery needs to be changed. This, as you see, can come in different guises. This is a very popular one with the steels and foundry and smelting applications. Aluminized head top, aluminized cape, gold visors, again a range of filters. We have a live Q&A session straight after this presentation, so if you'd like to hang around and ask any questions, I'll be more than happy to help. If you're watching a recording of this and you'd like to get in touch later, then please just ask myself or one of the team. We'll be happy to help, happy to take you through our respirators and hopefully come up with a solution for you. Thanks again.
Welcome back, guys, and welcome to the live Q&A. Thank you so much for a great presentation. And don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them in the Q&A box on the top right-hand corner, and I'll make sure that I get as many of those questions answered as possible. I'm now really delighted to be joined with a live Q&A with Gary Story. Gary, it's great to meet you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you, Joe. How's things with you?
Oh, yeah, grand. Yeah, I'm to be honest, as long as the sun's shining, life is okay. You can get through anything, can't you?
I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
It doesn't shine that much up north, so we've got to be take small mercies.
I agree.
So thanks so much for joining us live. So we've got a few questions coming in now. If that's okay, I'll just crack on. So how long does a filter last?
It's always difficult to say how long a filter will last. If it all depends on where you work. If you work in an atmosphere where there's a lot of dust, then obviously the filter will not last as long. So it's all about how much particulate you have where you're working. We have some places. So, for instance, where we've been selling some of our respirators in the healthcare recently, as everybody's aware of the COVID situation, the filters there last quite a long time. But for somebody working in a foundry or in a welding application where there's lots of dust, then the filters will last maybe a month, maybe it's 2 months. It just completely depends on the application and where you're actually working.
And I suppose when you start to use them within your particular surroundings, you'll soon get your head around how long those last for, won't you?
Yeah, and that's another good point. What we try and explain to people is, use it for the first time. Once the filter becomes blocked, change the filter. And then really what you should try and do is cut that in half. So good practice is if your filter lasts you for 2 months, the HSE, Health and Safety Inspector, would actually say good practice is to cut that in half. So you should actually change after a month. Because really you don't want to get to the point where the product's telling you that, hey, it's difficult to breathe and things like that. Yeah. But that's good practice. But yeah, that's how we'll know really, and you should do that.
That's good to know, though, because also to be mindful of that, to be able to look after yourself and your workforce, it's vital, really, isn't it?
These products are there. It's great. I've worked in this arena for many years. It's a great place to work. And what we do, we're keeping people safe. And we hear a lot about people, asthma's on the increase these days. A lot of people have some sort of respiratory issue. Being able to protect people at work with a powered air respirator is great, really. And yeah, it's a good product, and we work in a nice place to do business and to help people as well. Yeah.
Fantastic. So how do you know which helmet to choose for a specific job, say?
Yeah, we have different helmets. In some instances, you may need head protection. So not only do you need head protection, you might need eye protection as well. So if you're working in an industry, I mentioned foundries at the start. If you work in a foundry, you'll need head protection because there's the danger of something falling on your head. You'll need eye protection if you're grinding, or if you're, just to stop anything coming into your facial area. And that's how you figure it out. If you work, I mentioned the NHS previously. If you're working in the NHS, you probably just need a hood just going over the top. You probably don't need head protection there. So there's different products for different applications, and we're always happy to talk about whichever application somebody has.
Yeah, I was literally going to say that actually, if anybody was unsure, they can just get in touch with you and discuss what it is that what their industry is, and then you'll be able to serve them correctly, won't you?
Absolutely. I mean, that's what we do. So myself and my team, we here to answer questions. We're here to give advice. We're here to walk you through exactly what respirator you need for your requirement. So we're here to be used. That's what we're here for. No problem.
Now, I have just been asked a question, which I think you've sort of just answered really. Is there a way to test ahead of time how long a filter will work in a particular environment? And I suppose that's about having a conversation with you about their specific working environment and you kind of giving a little bit of a heads up as to how long that particular filter may last.
Yes, that's right. It's very, as I said, it's very difficult. If you have a constant area where you're working and you know you're doing the same job all the time, you actually can measure the dust in there. So we could, we can measure that in there. We could help to do that, and then we'd know how long a filter would probably last. As I said, but in some instances, and if people want to try them, I've got no problem with that as well. Quite happy to go along to the workplace, assess it, take a powered respirator in, and let the person use it. Let them put it on. These are used in many industries, and we've been doing this for many years. So we tend to have a little bit of an understanding what product fits in and what we should be doing, really. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, Gary. Well, this question isn't from me particularly, but it's from our lovely audience. What if I have facial hair? How does this affect the respirator? And am I okay to have that facial hair?
Absolutely. So one of the benefits of a PAPR, a powered air respirator, is that it's a positive pressure. So by positive, we mean we put air into the hood, into the helmet, and it escapes here. So it doesn't matter if you have a facial hair, the face seal comes underneath the chin, and the air escapes here. So no particulate, no contaminant can actually get inside. So therefore, you don't have to have, you can wear you can wear your spectacles, you can have facial hair. It's not affecting anything. And yeah, I mean, I'm clean shaven today. I'm always clean shaven. Our memories come from a different generation to some of the younger guys now who have, stubble, who have beards, and it seems to be quite popular for guys to have this now. But so that's a great benefit to them. They don't have to shave before they go to work.
Yeah, fantastic. So do I need to have a face fit test the same as my half mask?
No, so you're quite correct. When you're using, I talked a little bit about ours is a positive pressure system. So powered air is positive pressure. When you have a half mask or a full face mask or a disposable, we've all seen these P3 masks that has been on the news for the last year. All of those are negative pressure, and you have to have a face fit test with those. So that entails somebody coming out, putting your mask on and actually measuring what the inward leakage is when you're wearing those types of equipment. With a PAPR, you do not have to do that. So you don't have to have a face fit test. The idea is you take the product out of the box, turn it on, put it on your head, and you can start work. You don't need a face fit test, and you don't need anything else as you would do with a negative pressure mask.
Oh, fantastic. It sounds really simple. So you mentioned before about asthma, and it obviously is growing in society, sadly, or maybe it's just been highlighted because of COVID. Difficulties such as asthma. Do you need a specific type of helmet to help? Did you lose me then, Gary?
It's okay. I think I've got your question. You're asking, do we need a specific type of helmet for something like if somebody's got asthma? Or, I mean, we don't. What we're doing here, we're preventative. So we're preventing people breathing in the dangerous contaminants such as dust. We don't want to have people having dust on their lungs or going into their body. If you wear a powered respirator correctly, you wear it in the area where you're working. You keep it on. Actually, you have to keep it on. Come out of the area still with the mask on. Then it actually, that's how it works, and it stops you breathing in all the harmful dusts. So that's the big benefit of a powered air respirator. It's blowing cool air, it is filtering the air, it's much better for your health. So I can see Joe's had a bit of an issue there. Somebody has asked, can a filter be cleaned, or does it have to be replaced at the end of its life? So this is something else that is a question that comes up very often. You can't clean a filter. So the filter is electrostatically charged. By that, it's similar to the dust particle come in or stick onto the filter. And then the clean air just comes through into the head unit. As these particulates come in and start sticking to the filter, it's a bit like a car park, really. Cars come in and the car park gets full. You take your filter out and you change it. If you try and clean it in some way, either by I've seen quite a few things in my time, but if they use an airline or they use water, then the filter will just cease to work. It'll lose all of its properties. So it doesn't have the electrostatic charge, and nothing can stick. So it just comes straight through. So at this present moment in time, there isn't a filter that you can clean.
I'd be quite interested. I'm so sorry. Apologies for me dropping out there, everybody. Clearly, my internet is having a little bit of a problem today, so apologies about that. Thank you for continuing on, Gary.
Okay.
I'd be quite interested to hear some of your stories about the interesting cleaning techniques, but maybe we shouldn't encourage some of those. So, what is the protection factor of the PAPR, and is it higher than my current half mask?
Yes, so as I mentioned before, you have two pressures, negative and positive. The negative pressure, you're just relying on your lungs, really. That's, you're just breathing in and out, and you're relying on a really good seal. So therefore, if the seal does move slightly, then some particulates can get in. With a positive pressure system, you have airflow coming in, and if it does move slightly, then the airflow escapes and pushes all the dust and the particulates away. So the inward leakage is very minimal. Therefore, we have a high protection factor with the powered air systems. So our powered air systems have an assigned protection factor of 40. This is how we all measure our protection factors. And it's the highest one that you can have in Europe on a powered system. The negative systems are something like 20 and down to 12 for something else. But yeah, the APF of 40 is the highest you can have.
Fantastic. Well, Gary, that seems to be all the questions that we've got coming in today. But I just want to say from us, thank you so much for your time. And thank you to all of you for joining us as well. If you wanted to find out anything more about the products and have a chat, you can either book a meeting with a representative from the exhibitor booth or get in touch with Gary. Otherwise, we'll be back at 10:45 with another product demo from Mappa Professional. We hope to see you there, and thanks again.